Hey everybody, it's Mort here. I wanted to do a review of a couple of the smaller apps I worked. I already did VHO. There wasn't much to go over on Dispatch as I explained in the last video. This one will be on Dlivrd. It's a catering app I found. Just ignore Starbucks. They get to be the lucky... their icon's just here. But anyways, let's get into serious business. So here's the Dlivrd website. In case you're interested, it's dlivrd.io. Getting in contact with them, real simple. Scroll down to the bottom of the page. There's a submission form. Switch this to delivery driver and see if they have any opportunities in your area. And real simple, real simple to get in contact with them. So let's get right to the most important thing: pay. What is pay like on Dlivrd? So when I signed up for them, they said that the pay for orders would be 25 to anywhere from 25 or above, 30 maybe up to 35 or more. The offers they sent me were the first few offers. Every order was at least 25, like they said. The very last offer they sent me was 20. I didn't end up actually being able to do any of the offers because they weren't competitive in my market. And that's just in my market. In other markets, it might have been very interesting to do orders that were consistently above $20. But I mean, I find things like this PF Chang's on DoorDash from PF Chang's Catering in my market. And so, like, they weren't coming close to being competitive, so I couldn't actually do any of their deliveries. But I can give a review on things I did find, like their onboarding process and their pay. Overall, I think you should check this out. If your market's slow, if you don't find as many opportunities for catering, this might be a supplement, and in some cases might even replace your lunch shift on DoorDash or Uber Eats. So anyways, on to onboarding. So onboarding with them was kind of cumbersome. I filled out the form and then they got in contact with me a couple days later saying, yeah, you gotta submit for a background check, normal stuff. Then you had to do an onboarding phone call, which I thought was like a one-on-one interview, but turned out I waited a week to schedule it to find out that there would be there were like 30 or 40 people in the onboarding phone call, and that it just went over basic information that they went over in their orientation videos. I'm not a fan of orientation videos. I've been doing this for a while. I'm not a fan of a long, cumbersome onboarding process. I wasn't a fan of being in a chat room with 20 people listening with stuff that could have been done in 5 minutes. That's just me. I felt like it took away from important time. I could have been doing other things in the morning instead of going through a long, ridiculous process that was repeated with an hour worth of onboarding videos. But I mean, otherwise, I guess that's pretty typical of how some of these apps are going to operate, though. So, but I just wasn't a big fan of it. So, next up, expectations of the app, and this is the company. So this is one of the problems I had with them. In the onboarding session, they mentioned a driver in Philadelphia that would basically just take any order, and they are like, this person's great because they just take any order, which kind of implies that they're not really treating you like an independent contractor. One of the rules, and this is very important to keep in mind, is that if you don't show up for your first delivery, you're done right away. And also, if you don't do any deliveries after about 3 or 4 offers, they kick you off the platform. I can't even log in right now. And basically, since I didn't do any deliveries, I guess I'm unreliable to them, even though, from my point of view, they never tried to be competitive what I could find in the market, nor did they offer me any offers outside of the 11 to 2 p.m. hour. So if you're expecting any orders from this platform outside of the lunchtime hours, it's probably not going to happen because they do get most of their business in those hours, and they do say that. And they even say they want you to do 2, 3, 4 deliveries at a time. So if you do this app and you start to get the payouts, you're probably going to have to do it exclusively during the lunchtime, and you're not going to be able to do other things. So it's probably going to be one or the other. It's going to be this app, or it's going to be DoorDash, Uber, Grubhub during lunchtime. Advertising of the company, I think they said they majority do word of mouth. They leave flyers inside the delivery, and they ask for referrals, which I find interesting. That means they don't spend a lot of money on advertising, but that could also mean that their growth pattern could be very slow. That might be another reason why I didn't see as many offers on them. Back to let's a little over misclassification of drivers. They clearly want a person who is an employee, but they call them an independent contractor. They want you to basically, they have a rule that if they send you an offer, you have to accept the decline within 30 minutes, which I did every time. And but I mean that kind of implies it's an employment situation when they send you something at 7 p.m. the night before and they're like, well, you need to send us an answer in 30 minutes. If you don't do anything, then you're done. It's like you're an employee, to be quite honest. A lot of things on this, like mentioning how their best drivers just do whatever they want and don't really complain about price or anything. And just, oh yeah, I'll do that for anything. It's kind of like treating people like an employee. And it's just, there were other examples too. It's like, though, well, yeah, they'll send you the offers with 3 attached or 2 attached eventually. So that means you have to do all of them if you accept. That's another way to treat you like an employee. And it just didn't interest me. However, my overall grade of this app is better than VHO. I'd actually give them a B, and the reason I say that is because if you're in a smaller market, the things I find that I didn't like are probably not going to matter to you. What's going to matter to you is being able to consistently make $20, $25, $30 for a delivery. You're not going to be worried about me. Is this competitive with what I'm already doing? Am I making less money? Am I delivering too much food for what I'm being paid? Which is a concern of mine because when you're getting higher and higher payouts and you're investing more and more of your own equipment, you want to make sure you actually get paid out appropriately. You want to make sure you're getting like 15% or 10% of the total of the subtotal. You don't want to be taken advantage of. But if you're in a smaller market and you need an opportunity, especially with where gas prices are going, and and they pay you like maybe $75 a day, a couple days a week, this might be a wonderful opportunity, so you can check them out. Last note, I want to mention that you should also Google search for delivery catering apps, because there might be more of these around. They even say somewhere in here is that Dlivrd has like percentage-based delivery apps, so there might be other apps that are similar that in different markets that might be better. So just do some research on Google delivery apps, and there might be a few other that I bet would be very similar to this app. Otherwise, great luck out there and have a great day, everybody.